Lex Aviation back at it again, folks. It's Lex International Airport, located in New York State, in the city of New York, NYC. Those that's familiar with my channel, this is a fictional airport, international airport located in New York City. And it consists of wonderful 100 scale models. This review is actually a continuation from. So let me just start off with saying this. Usually I do unboxings, and I'll do my reviews. Unboxing review, then I'll do an airport review. This is the last unboxing review, so it's the airport review for the last unboxing of the pieces. And this particular will be a Memorial Day weekend 1:400 scale. Memorial Day weekend Sunday morning push. All right, got a heavy push. Surprises at the end. And today we got 19 departures and 5 arrivals. Looks like we just got another last minute request for arrival. I don't know if we're going to grant it or not. But altogether we got 24 pieces to review on the board today. Alright, let's get this going. Alright, rotating out of 27 left. And today, because of the wind speed, we're using 27 left, so most of the planes are lined up on Juliet. Okay, most of the craft will be on Juliet, and all in short for 27 left. So today we got number one, just rotate. We just quarter rotating out of 27 left. Is American Airlines 7772. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that rotation. Nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Anyway, that's American Airlines. She's the first departure for the day, flight 1908 heavy, en route to Tokyo Narita. Moving on. Memorial weekend had a lot of military assets on the ground, and this is a flight wing, heavy flight wing. That's her and her escort. They're rolling right behind the 27. I'm sorry, behind the 777. Without any hesitation. This is what they're used to. But you got the C5 Galaxy. Beautiful. Look at this piece. Memorial weekend, we had a lot of assets in here. Beautiful. Look at that. That's a heavy. That's a super. I consider her a super. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, that's her escort. Fighter wing in front of her. Should be joined by some others, but that's C5 Galaxy, destination unknown. Alright. And because of the go fasters and all the stirrup, you'll have the airport crew. They'll be checking the runway 27 left, any debris right after the C5 rotates, and then we'll proceed with the normal operation for the airport. And that's why you got the Delta. Looks like you got the Delta E170 holding short of 27. Alright. So that's the Delta E170 holding short. Flight number 021 en route to Dulles, Virginia. And behind her you got the ATR 42 Continental. And that's going to be heading to Butler, PA Regional Airport, flight 511, ATR 42, en route to Butler, Pennsylvania. Right behind the ATR, we got the Airbus A300 Beluga Super Transport, better known as. It's a rare piece. First time having it in this airport. She was actually at the cargo section earlier on. We got most of the cargo. They pushed in the overnight. The cargo section over there. Back to the Super Transport. She'll be pushing. She should be behind the ATR, and she is heading to. So it's flight number 04 heavy, en route to Pakistan. Behind her we have the Iberia E70, the E170. Correction, sorry, American Airlines E170. Flight number 1982, heading to Charlotte Douglas, South Carolina. Charlotte Douglas. And behind her we got a heavy here, beautiful heavy, Continental. Look at that piece there. And the last terminal, which is adjacent to 27, is Terminal C. And this terminal is American Airlines terminal, my favorite airlines. Alright, got a couple of pieces, some of my favorite color schemes. But Continental flight looks like 511. Correction, Continental flight 788. I'm sorry, it's a 788, 787. Continental Boeing 787, 800. So 788, flight 509 heavy, en route to looks like Singapore, Sin. And behind her we got the last time you seen a DC-9. Last time I seen a DC-9 was actually in Mexico last year. A lot of South American carriers and countries and cargo, and also in Europe and Africa still use a DC-9 all-American workhorse. It's actually the first craft I learned out of. That's my first commercial craft that I flew. DC-9. I'm not gonna say for who, but so Northwest DC-9, and she is flight number 808, heading to Melbourne, Florida. All right, New York to Melbourne, Florida. Coming in with the American Airlines 772. Look at that swing. She's swinging into, it looks like she'll be swinging into C1, I believe. Yeah, C1. Doing a turn in there. Got the ground crew all ready for her. Alright, American Airlines terminal. So that's American Airlines flight 1925 in from Johannesburg. Waiting for American Airlines to swing in is the Q400 Continental. I love this regional turboprop. She's pretty fast too. Nice climb, ready to climb on her. But this is our Continental Q400. She's actually flying deadhead. She came in for service. So Lex International Airport has a very extensive and service terminal where they do service, maintenance terminal I should say. You got looks like a CR9 and a 340 tie in there getting service. But yeah, she's flying deadhead, doing a short hop over to LaGuardia, and she'll resume her normal roster winning company. So that's Continental, doesn't have a flight number, she's flying deadhead. But right behind her you got the PSA L1011 turning off of Tango onto Alpha to fall in line on Juliet for 27 left. And that is .091 heavy en route to, looks like Fando, Argentina. That'll be our first stop. Then she'll carry on to, looks like Let me get this right. Let me carry on to San Fernando, Argentina. Alright, L10. Alright, moving on. We got the 573 pushing back. Looks like from C2. She's pushing back. Beautiful, nice piece. I love this piece. Nickname Long Legs. Those that don't know, the 757 nickname Long Legs because she has a long nose gear. But she's pushing back out of the American Airlines terminal, and she's doing an engine startup right now. But that is American Airlines 1904 en route to LHR, London Heathrow. Should be falling online soon. Alright, moving on. We have the SAS, South Africa Airlines, A300 Airbus. Now this terminal in particular, and let me just stop there being that we have on site. This is one of my, I got this for Christmas. This color scheme's amazing. This is a 478i Intercontinental. Look at that piece. Look at the beauty on this. It's Intercontinental. Beautiful. Now, American Airlines does not possess this craft, let alone this color scheme anymore. You only got like 3 pieces from American Airlines that still carries this color scheme. There are 378s. Seen them in Miami and one in Charlotte. But beautiful piece. This is actually the world's longest wingspan, and she actually supersedes the 380 as far as length. So this is considered the world's biggest passenger aircraft by size and width, length and width, not by passenger. But moving on, this particular terminal that South American is pushing back from, I keep saying South American, South Africa is pushing back from, which is, believe it or not, let me get this right, A6 is a difficult terminal, let alone you have a lot of military assets that's parked behind her. But the ground crew, the tug crew and the ground crew is doing a beautiful job navigating out of this gate. But this gate is a very sticky gate because you got a lot of obstacles to navigate around. But they're doing a great job. You got the P3 Orion sitting there. The straps to actually swing around in order to get. But anyway, South African Airlines flight number 905 Heavy en route to Cape Town, South Africa. And then moving on, we got the Caribbean Air. That's just pulling in. Caribbean Air is pulling into, don't know the gate. That's 378. And it looks like she's pulling into, I don't know what gate that is there. A2. Caribbean Airlines. Got actually a lot of Caribbean Airlines. Got another 378 right there, and it looks like we got a ATR 42. Actually got another one coming in. Alright. So that's Caribbean Air. Flight number BW17. Just came in from Chadid, Guyana. I'm heading back out later on this afternoon. And then we got behind the L10, you got the Cessna 170. Looks like we're doing a training flight for a potential pilot. Well, pilot now. And that's coming in from Islip. And going over to the remote gate over there. Got a G5 getting pushed back. But little tiny baby girl in the midst of all these giants. Alright, moving on. Number 16, we got Pan Am, which is right behind. And that's Pan Am flight, it's the L1011, 791 heavy, en route to Kono. I'm not sure where that's at, but that's what's on the roster for today. Alright, so that Pan Am's coming in. And looks like new to this airport, first time this crew's actually flown into this airport. The BWA. So BWA used to be known as Caribbean. Caribbean Airlines used to be known as BWA. It's their old color. Caribbean Airlines is a mix between a stake of BWA and Jamaica Airlines. Jamaica Airlines own about 2-3 stakes of the company. So it's Caribbean Airlines now. Caribbean, Trinidad, Jamaica, Caribbean Airlines, whatever. But that's Biwi, a 340-300, flight 627 heavy. And she's coming in from AMS Amsterdam Schiphol. First time in, so she has a follow me vehicle. Looks like she's gonna go into A3, right in between the 237s. Looks like Caribbean Airlines has a heavy presence at this airport per day. I believe they have 1 international per day and about 4 in and outs. I mean, they're all international. This is a regional from connecting flights, but they have a heavy presence. But moving on. No surprise here. So in the beginning of the video, the review, I said we only had, I believe, 5 arrivals, where 1 just requested. So this is the request that we just got at the last minute. A new Victor coming in. Spirit Airlines. So those that don't know, Spirit Airlines is ceased service. And this is actually one of the last flights from the continental United States, Eastern Seaboard. 1 out of the 2, I believe. So she's doing a touch and go. She's just coming in from St. Martin's, and then from St. Martin's, St. Martin's to Lex International, New York City, and from there she'll be heading over to, I believe, Toronto, and that'll be her last commercial flight at Spirit Airlines. This beautiful 321neo. I see Spirit Airlines a lot. They get around in the Caribbean, in South America. I've seen a 320neo and a 321 last year and the year before in both airports. Gonna miss this color scheme of this company. Stands out, especially when you're in the Grand Central, stuck in traffic, and you see a LaGuardia ready to turn and burn. Gonna miss her. But yeah, this is a last minute arrival that we granted, and she's gonna actually fall online in I believe A6, where SAS is pulling out. We have that available parking spot. Alright, so Spirit Airlines is added to the roster at the last minute. The A321neo. Amazing range on the A321neo, for those that don't know. But this is actually one of the surprises for the day. This is the last operating flight of Spirit Airlines. It's this official last operating flight. Whatever, I have many more spirits, but the last official operating flight, as we know it, into the airport. But right behind is DC-8, Eastern Airlines, flight 1118, heavy, en route to Morocco, wherever that is. Alright, got a Brazilian behind there. This is Terminal B. A lot of heavies at Terminal B. Only heavies will be at Terminal B, International. Looks like Thai has a huge presence here. I got the Concorde in this week. It's rare. We don't get the Concorde that much. Beautiful. She's getting loaded up there. Got a DC-10 Thai. Looks like got another 777 waiting. Got another Thai. Looks like a 330. You got a pushing back right there. And there you go. Little giants in the corner here. Cargo section's empty. But moving on. So it looks like we got the pan in. We get the pan in already. So it's like A.m. pushing back. Looks like from the remote parking gate 3. It's remote parking. Throw a lot of regionals and local carriers in here. We'll load up, but she's pushing back on a foreign line here on looks like Romeo behind Elof. And she looks like she's heading over to Seattle. Flight 302 to Seattle. I'm sorry, she came in from Seattle. So she actually does connecting flights. It's like a shuttle for KLM. And she's heading over to, looks like Seattle. Shuttle for KLM. Actually, no, correction. She headed over to ATL, Atlanta International, world's busiest airport. Alright. Moving on, which is she's going to fall behind the airloft. Flight number 1102 heavy. Yeah, she's heavy. We know she looks like a 27, but no way close to a 27. She's actually much powerfuler, higher range, altitude, all that good stuff. Alright. And she's heading over to, looks like flight number 1102 over to Moscow. That's a TD 154. Alright. So next we have the pushing back from, looks like B5 is the 787 800 pushing back from B5, the Thai. Doing the engine startup right now. It looks like just coming in from 16 left from the other side of the airport, which you can't see from this location. She just swung off of 27 left in time for American to rotate. And she's going to sit there and hold short till she gets cleared out to swing into, looks like B5, and that's JL. But back to Thai, the Thai 787, 800, 788 is flight number 109 heavy. And she's heading over to, looks like CNX, Chiang Mai International Airport, 14-hour flight, looks like. Alright. And then we got the 777-2 just coming in from her long haul, 15 hours from, looks like she came in from Tokyo Narita. She'll be going into D5. If everything's all cleared. And that's coming in from the flight number 720 heavy. Coming in from Tokyo Narita. And last but not least for the day on the board, and this is one of the surprises here. I don't know if you guys seen this on the last review. in my unboxing, but this is a FedEx Super. And this is FedEx Super A380, flight number 081 Super, and she's gonna do a stop off in Anchorage, and then head over to St. Petersburg, Russia. So that's flight number 081 Super. It's one of the last, second to the last departure this morning. All right. So that concludes the takeoffs and arrivals. I'm sorry, the departures and arrivals for this morning on a Memorial Weekend Sunday. And they'll be pulling out later on. Got some military presence that we had this weekend. They'll be pulling out this flight wing here. So those that never seen this before, it's a beautiful shot here. Got 247s. Two different classifications. Between the two, we're looking at a 20-year difference in production. But back to this beautiful piece here. This is the bomb E4B. This is the last stage of the presidential and defense of the powers that be of America. Doomsday plane, aka. Alright, she's getting loaded up and all that good stuff, and they'll be heading out. And behind her, you got one, the newest. So this plane here is a Sanctuary. Alright, this is the E3B Sanctuary. Early warning system. So this bomb E7, and she came in to assist with the United States military. Beautiful piece there. Look at all our antennas and all that good stuff. But this is the Royal Navy. And this plane right here replaces the Sanctuary there. This is her predecessor. Beautiful. Look at all that antennas and early warning devices, radar. Amazing. Alright. And then over here you got the P3. See? Orion. Another recurrence plane. And alongside her you got the F-117. Nighthawk. Got the APU still hooked up to her. Crew's going around doing some checks and all that good stuff. I have no clue. There's nothing on the roster where these planes are heading. It's classified. And this is the E3 Sanctuary. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Planes that are not mentioned will be pushing back and taking off the next review. And we got some new pieces coming in. So hope you guys stick with me. And once again, I apologize for the delay. This is Lex International Airport.